don't know. This for me was the best episode for the season so far. I don't know what were your thoughts on the episode.
I definitely can agree as well. It was the
Mhm.
most drama filled. I think it was from start to end, I feel. Aside from the
Yeah.
drama, there was also storyline that was fun. Um, Started out with Ion and her family. They're so nice and adorable. I like their
Yeah.
relationship. So I really did like this episode. This is actually is the best episode thus far.
Yes, especially that last part. Mwah. Perfect. All right. So we saw that Ayan is opening her beauty line, which is Ayan's Beauty or Ayan
Mm-hmm.
Beauty. And we didn't really see beauty, we see fashion.
I mean, all the models were wearing the makeup.
Who would know that?
Maybe she could have done more to like highlight that, but like there was
The
makeup.
thing
There was
for
makeup.
the thing for me with no, the makeup was there as the producers have
Mm-hmm.
showed it. But the thing for me was
It was
I
more
think when
about
we
fashion.
hear when we see Ayan, we
Mm-hmm.
see fashion, not makeup.
Yeah, not
She
makeup,
is
right?
beautiful and she has nice makeup, but it's just that when we think of her, we think fashion
Fashion,
because she's
yeah.
always coming in her gowns and everything like that, and that's what I
Love
was
that.
kind of bit why it was also misleading for persons in
Mm-hmm.
attendance where we know it's makeup, we the guests came know it's makeup, but
Mm-hmm.
based on what you're displaying,
Yeah.
we are getting fashion because we had persons commenting like, oh, I'd wear that piece because it felt like a fashion show. And I don't know how is it they actually overall, how do you do a launch for makeup and
Mm-hmm.
show that it's makeup? I don't know how. I've never seen a episode or anything
I mean,
where
I
they
guess
are launching makeup.
probably she was supposed to have some makeup booth or some shit like that, doing people makeup. I don't know,
Yes,
maybe, but she
yes,
did have her makeup displayed.
displayed, yeah,
And then she
but
did have all the models wearing her lashes, her eyelashes, and stuff like that. But I feel like it could have like displayed more
mhm.
because it really seemed like beauty. But I mean, I guess she's using fashion to you know, transition it all over to her beauty
It's her
line. I
main
don't
beauty
know. I
line.
don't know what the
But I
idea
think she
was.
should venture off as well into fashion because clearly she loves fashion as much as
Right.
she may yet
Right.
rent her pieces. She doesn't necessarily look like she purchases them. I think that's what she said. Well, not all her pieces, but I know some of her pieces she's rented, like designers send her stuff.
Definitely, because I
So
wouldn't want to see her closet.
yeah. But other than that, it was a cute show. Lisa and Brooks came late. They said it was a lot of persons trying to come in, which I can imagine because you have to remember,
Mm-hmm.
guys, like this is also they have to get mics. They have a call time when they need to step in. So if there's a lot of persons in the way, I can see where that will delay them reaching the venue, which clearly it seems like it was up on a roof. How
Mm-hmm.
that may, take a while for them to reach up there. So the both of them were late, which both of them also stated that there was a lot of people outside, which
Yeah.
Ayan seemed like she knew that because you realized she did not really go back and forth with them because hello, yeah. Um and again, producers probably set them up for them to reach late. That too.
Probably, cause like, why is her best friend Lisa?
Yeah.
But aside from that, I do. That's one of the reasons that I do like Ion. She is not the type to really. I don't feel like she hold grudges. I don't think so.
Right.
If
Yeah,
she got a
no.
problem, she gonna really state it, and if she don't, she cool and she don't care, and then that's it. Cause she said y'all
Yeah.
are forgiven. So I did like.
Yeah.
That's one of the things that I do like about her.
Yes. We saw this time a moment Miss Talene
Hmm.
decided to have a conversation with Brooks. Well, not really her. I think Brooks said that Talene has been bombarding her phone with messages, and she's like, she has heard the messages, she understands her feelings, so it's all whatever. And I think her husband as well was trying to make conversation with Brooks there, and it was a bit
Hmm.
very. I myself would do the same. Like, if I don't fuck with you, I'm not going to sit here and act like we're all good and that. Like, no, I don't care. So I don't know. For me, I connect with Brooks. I know in majority persons do not connect with Brooks,
I
but
connect
I
with her
connect
and
with her
the
because she's the
mannerism and the
one carrying the
behavior.
mess. she's the one bringing the mess this season. If we literally imagine, guys, if Brooks was not a part of this season, what would there be to talk about this season?
Iron
Where's
Beauty.
the drama? Where is the drama?
Iron
Where
Beauty.
is it? They all have personal stories, meaning that the whole Stanbury moving, we all had the
hmm
whole I Am Beauty. We also have the Lisa
Sarah and
with
the
her.
giraffe, man. That's what I called him.
So yeah, they all have personal stories, but we all know for Good Housewives, you need when the group comes together that drama that
hmm
may happen within the group. And be quite honest, guys, we all give these persons shit and saying get rid of them and whatever, whatever. But then when we take them away and there's no drama and there's nothing happening, you call for these same persons to come back because there's
hmm
nothing going on. And honestly speaking, so far, don't know who will carry the next half of the season, but so far, Brooks is the one carrying the drama, whether we like it or not, whether we feel like it's provoked, whether it's instigating, but she's carrying the drama. She's
I
making
mean, I'm
people
here for
talk.
her carrying the drama and being the face of the show. I'm all here for it. But all in
Yeah,
all, carrying the drama. I'm
she's
here for
carrying the
all
drama.
the
And that's what
genuine
we watch
responses to
Housewives
drama,
for,
though.
drama. We act
Yeah,
like we watch Housewives really for kumbaya sessions, but we really watch Housewives for drama. And if the drama is not there, we say it's boring and we ain't watching. So
true,
it
true.
makes sense. Um, so what were your thoughts on that conversation that Brooks and Talene had at Ian's event where she claimed that, and I don't know, there's something I'm going to ask you about this,
hmm
but yeah, she claimed that Talene announced it to everybody that Brooks apologized and whatever, whatever, and they said some stuff was said and whatever, whatever, but they all seem okay now. What were
As
your
you
thoughts on that?
said, I didn't believe the apology, none whatsoever. None. I
Mm,
mean, I love Brooks, but she is the type where I knew there was some hidden agenda, and I felt like there was one. There was a purpose. She's the type of person I feel like she would never do something without intention. And I felt like there
right.
was a purpose for her apologizing. And it's a little shade under there. That's what I felt. It had like an underlining tone of shade. Because you heard her telling in response, she was like, "Hell has frozen over because everybody knows that Brooks ain't gonna apologize to nobody, and she gonna say what she wanna say, and
So,
she don't."
question for you
Mm-hmm.
as we get into that. So,
Mm-hmm.
let's fast forward a couple seconds. When we had the sit down with Brooks, Lisa, and Sarah at the table.
Mm-hmm.
And Lisa was the one who brought up the fact that Brooks, Talene said that you apologize and in regards to what? And she said to her that, yes, she called her a beggar,
A beggar.
pretty much. Do you believe Talene is a beggar?
I believe she's a beggar, but I felt like Brooks didn't call her a beggar. In that
I
moment
feel
when Lisa brought it up to Lean when they were at the little brunch, I think.
uh-huh.
Telling it to me, it felt like this was new to her. I felt like this was new to her. And before, Brooks didn't want to apologize because she didn't do nothing wrong. And I feel like she probably didn't, really.
All right, good take.
So
My
when she came
take.
back and apologized, I feel like something is coming. There is something. And feeling Brooks said, no, I know. And then it's like,
Yeah.
then Lisa was probing her so hard. Why are you apologizing? What's the reason? You don't apologize for no reason. What's the reason? She said, because I call her a beggar. I feel like that's what she actually wanted to say, but this was her transition of bringing it in, which I do understand because I do agree. I can see that Talene might be or is. I can
It's a
say
bit.
I see it, a beggar, as in she begged to be on television. I can see that she begged to be in the girls group, and she came in and befriend them too fast. For example, I understand the back and forth that Talene had with Brooks, but what
Mm-hmm.
I can't understand is how she quickly jumped to like being friends with everybody else. For example, Stanberry, she was ready and willing and able to just
Mm-hmm.
then and go out and have fun. No, I didn't like that. I definitely didn't like that. So I
So
see where it
devil's
gives a little bit
advocate.
opportunist, huh?
Devil's advocate, right?
Mm-hmm.
So for my takeaway, and I don't know if it's because I'm connecting with Brooks,
She.
but for my takeaway is I believe that dinner that happened 2 weeks ago,
Mm-hmm.
she called her a beggar off camera. So it was not on camera. So clearly the producers, they had nothing to flash back to with the begging situation, but she stated she
Yeah.
called her a beggar. The reason why I believe it was said, and the reason why I believe Talin is actually a beggar, if you realize at the beauty when they were sitting and talking, and Talin announced that, oh my God, Brooks apologized, whatever the case might be, and they
Mm-hmm.
tried to find out, like, apologize for it, and she was like, oh, some stuff that was said. You realize Talin did not really want to bring it pretty much to
True.
the show, to
True.
bring the whole begging comment. She kept brushing it off like it's just like, she said some stuff, like it's
Mm-hmm.
always some stuff. But before, she had no issues when she was at the table with everybody when Sarah and Stanbury were getting to it. She didn't realize Talene didn't have any issues at the table, announcing into the table what she said at the how she called her out at dinner and blah blah blah.
Mm-hmm.
But the minute now that persons want to find out what was the apology for, she doesn't want then Brooks to repeat to say that beggar. And the reason why I think it was really said is even when Lisa brought it back to Stanbury, and I think Talene was there, how ironic. She was
Mm-hmm.
there. You realize when they said the beggar thing, you realize that expression on her face gives like, oh shit.
You kind of give a
She,
bit quiet, but then a slight surprise. That's why I'm wondering. All
I
right, I
don't
can
believe in
see where
surprise.
maybe it was done off camera,
Mm-hmm.
but I feel like Brooks ain't the girl to apologize for calling somebody a beggar. So I knew there was something
I think
coming.
she more apologizes because she's more like saying, I can see why that may upset you.
Hurt your
But
feelings.
you realize
Yeah.
she did say that she is, though. It's not that she's saying she's not, but she
She
can see
is.
maybe the choice of words would have upset her. So I think that's more
Mm-hmm.
along the line what Brooks was really apologizing for. But I'm sure Taline would love to spin it because, again, this comment was allegedly made off camera. So I think she
Mm-hmm.
now wants to spin that narrative to make it seem like she's apologizing for the how she reacted when she came to her saying that she instigates a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's the narrative Taline wants to go with. So with the fact that no Brooks bringing it on camera to say she called her a beggar, that's why she apologized. I think that does
Mm-hmm.
not work with the narrative Taline wanted to go with or spin to the group that this is why Brooks apologized. So for me, when Lisa said that she said she was a beggar, that reaction to me from Taline was not surprised. Like, oh my God, I've never heard this before. To me, I
Mm-hmm.
got from her was like, fuck. Like here goes
On
the
TV.
yeah, because I've been calling this girl out. I'm new to the show. I'm calling this girl out. She's supposed to be my friend for 10 years. I'm calling her out now, hanging with Stanbury, saying that she moves away. And now I got her to say on camera that she apologized. So yes, the audience is going to play into the fact that yes, she's really wrong in her delivery, how she reacted to being called an instigator. When I'm
Mm-hmm.
sure that's the push she wanted to go for why that apology was made from Brooks. But no, her hearing now that, oh no, Brooks apologized because she called me a beggar. It's like, oh fuck,
Mm-hmm.
that's not the story I wanted to tell to the girls. This is not how I wanted the narrative to, play out. Because we
Mm-hmm.
realize we always see stuff happen and we don't know context until like the reunion, and then we
Yeah.
hear, oh, this
Yeah.
is why they apologize. But then we're actually getting this context within the season, so it's like it's messing with Taline narrative that she wants to spin. My
Crazy.
devil's advocate.
Oop.
That's my opinion.
I mean, that's not hard
My
to believe.
opinion.
That's not
I
hard
don't
to
know.
believe. I am not against that, honestly.
Yes,
I'm not against
but yeah.
that. The only thing that I really had an issue with this drama was that in the initial start, when they had the dinner like 2 episodes back, when Brooks was somewhat defensive when they were having a conversation, when I believe that friends are supposed to have conversation and hard conversation, difficult conversation. That was my
Mhm.
take. So that's what the reason that I didn't like. That's the only issue I really had. But anything
Right.
else? Because I can't really say I'm Team Talene. I cannot say I'm Team
Bitch can go
Talene.
sing. Like I loved her in the beginning when she just came on, and I was like, okay, she's a cute addition. But
Yeah.
then to me, maybe because I read people's, and I'm not saying guys, I'm 100% always right, but because I tend to read people's behavior and body language, and
Mm-hmm.
I just read through whatever it is, and I think because most persons don't read too much into that, they more just see the surface level and all jumping for joy. Because even when Brooks was on Watch What Happens Live, they were doing a lot of polls, which everybody seemed to be on Talene's side. And I'm like, you guys, and then the next thing with humans, I realize they tend to love not necessarily the underdog, but they
Mm-hmm.
tend to, once they dislike someone, they're just automatically going to rock for the other person.
Hell
So clearly
no.
the audience just heavily dislikes Brooks. So whether if in reality it looks fucked up what Taline is doing to Brooks, they don't care about that. We hated her from season one, maybe not liked how she behaved. We just don't like her behavior. And here it is, we feel like she's displaying the same behavior season two. Let's just rock
Mm-mm.
with that because and to
Nobody,
me,
nobody can make me hate Brooks. She was my number
number one.
one love. Number one, honestly. She was the first
Yeah.
one that I really did like start after I started watching the show. So,
Mm.
uh-uh.
So we got the housewarming that was for Stanbury, and we saw where the ladies arrived. We saw again that Brooks came with her nail tech and also some sage. And she walked into Sage the house, which is brand new. Now, what were your thoughts on
He's
that
just
that thing that Brooks did? Do you think it was good TV? Do you think it was highly
it is good
disrespectful?
TV, it's funny, but in real life it is disrespectful. It
Yeah.
definitely can come off as shady. Just believe
Mm-hmm.
you're having your housewarming and somebody come in, somebody that you really don't really fuck with like that, and they come in and
Mm-hmm.
saging and doing all of that and trying to like
Yeah.
acting like they're bringing positive energy like there's negative energy all over here. That's the
Yeah.
I would have punch her. I'm sorry, if I was Stanbury, I'd probably punch her.
Yeah, I was a bit like, oh my
So it
God,
was,
bro.
but it was funny. It was good TV. It was funny to me. It was
Yeah.
crazy. Another thing that was disrespectful though, bringing a plus one.
A nail tech plus
Yeah,
one.
nail tech.
Like, girl, like you could have found some
Because like with
anybody else other than your nail tech.
or nobody, because
Or
Stanberry
nobody.
said it was specific. The chef was cooking specific meals or
Yes.
a certain amount of meals for the persons because there are
And there was
seats.
specific layouts at the table,
Yeah.
basically.
And she was like, I can't whip me up another plate for her or some shit like that. It was too funny. But in that scene was funny. That scene was
It
funny.
was. Then we got everybody seated at the table. Then we saw where, everybody was going around the table talking, blah, blah, blah. And then I think Taline was doing the most, as she normally is. And then I'm sure it rubbed Brooks off, where Brooks started to say, fake, 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 fake. And this is where we got Taline was like, are you calling me fake? And she was like, bitch, I ain't talking to you. And then she flips her hair. I was like,
Iconic. Iconic.
oh, this is why I cannot dislike Brooks. As much as she may be
I
antagonizing
don't.
and whatever the
I
case may be,
don't.
but I'm like, girl, just do you. Just do you. Then it became this thing now where persons now trying to push because that housewarming literally was a bit quite boring if it wasn't for Brooks.
Yeah.
So I'm
Because
sure
obviously there
nothing
wasn't
would,
music playing or anything. It's
yeah.
when the drama and they get up from the table. Stanberry was telling Sergio to
So
play
just
some
go put
music
on
or
some
some stuff
music.
like that.
And I'm sure if this did not pop off that night, I'm sure the producers would have probably threw that scene away into a flashback because nothing really happened at
Mm-hmm.
that dinner. Thanks for Brooks to carry the nail tech, carry the sage, to bring some excitement towards this boring housewarming. And we saw where everybody now wanted to probe to find out what was happening because of course the housewarming is
Yeah.
very boring, so we need to stir up some drama to find out what's happening so at least this can make the edit. We got where Tallene decided to insert her nose in. So we saw where they decided now to probe to find out more in regards to why it was
Yeah.
fake, how it was made, and then this is where we got the standoff between Tallene's husband, Talene, and Brooks, where Brooks made that another an iconic line, "Is your husband challenging me?"
I hate that the husband got involved. I think he
Mm.
should have just leave it to the
I know
girls.
he's protecting his wife, but
I
the
know
way
he's
he
protecting
got
his wife
and so
because they're
crude,
not fighting or anything. I mean, they were fighting with their words, which is fine, but they
yeah.
weren't physical. So just, relax.
And the way he was
Relax.
like, screw these cameras, like whatever. And
Yeah,
I'm
like,
like,
what were you gonna
so
do?
if there
Fight
were no
her or
cameras
something?
here, what are
He
you
was
gonna
really
do?
bucking up
You
on
know,
her
when
though. That was
Sheree
crazy.
did on Housewives of Atlanta, when at the reunion, when she was like, what you gonna do? That was what I was saying to myself, like when I saw him saying like screw the cameras, whatever. And I'm hearing allegedly, true, I believe Lisa was the one who made a comment on IG on someone's post. Allegedly, he
Hmm.
said way worse stuff that was not shown.
I feel so. I do believe so. He was
And I
really
believe
bucking up on her. That was real crazy.
yeah.
And
And I don't see how someone, and again this comes into where I said because people just dislike Brooks for whatever reason.
hmm
Persons are like, they see nothing wrong in what he said. He's protecting his wife. What is wrong with what he said? I even saw when she was on Watch What Happens Live, I think that was a poll question and persons were on the side of Talene and her husband saying they didn't think. And I'm like, it reminded me when, I don't remember if you remember the scene from Housewives of Atlanta when they were all in Miami and there was this guy who was acting out and Kenya wanted the guy to leave. And at the reunion, I think Candy was the only one who stood up for Kenya by saying that you are not going to say like this guy was not clearly on something.
hmm
And the fact that you guys heavily dislike Kenya, you're pretty much just saying nothing was wrong with
yeah,
how the guy
it's
reacted.
fine because they don't like her.
And
Yeah.
this was reminds me of the same thing. You heavily hate the audience, heavily dislikes Brooks, and because they heavily dislike her, they are basically saying that there's nothing wrong with how he spoke to her. The fact that she doesn't even have a husband and she doesn't even have someone there as a man, to be, against beside her, and you guys are literally making it seem like nothing was wrong in how
Mhm.
or how he spoke or how he acted. Like nothing is wrong with defending, but it's how you defend someone, and that was the problem.
It's
The fact
like
that
he
she's a
took
female,
over. He took over the
yes,
whole fight. It's like he was bucking up like he wanted to fight her. Like he was
hmm
that was just too crazy. Hell no.
yeah,
If they got physical now, fine. You probably could hold your wife back or whatever, try to
right.
shield Brooks because you're a man and they're females, and y'all have been
We
friends for
even had
so
little
long. Y'all
Sergio
know each
wanted
other
to
for
get
so long.
involved, and
Oh my
Stanbury
God,
was
that was
like,
just
"Look,
crazy. Sit down. Sit.
sit your
Sit.
ass
I was
down in this
like,
chair
damn, why is she
before I go
talking to
upstairs
him
for the
like
belt.
that?
Before I go upstairs for the belt, sit your ass." I think what happened is what I'm reading to
Sit.
understand is because of the laws in Dubai. I think Stanbury was
And it's
more
her
along the
house.
lines, thinking if he
Yeah.
gets involved, it may escalate higher, which now involves him in if police is called. Then no, Sergio is a part. I know she has to probably go deal with
She
that
was treating him like one of the
like a child,
dogs.
and this is
Not
why I
even a
see why
child, one of the
maybe her kids.
dogs.
Yeah,
Sit.
I can see why her kids may treat him and maybe doesn't really pay much respect because the way
Hmm.
how she speaks to him.
I
I'm not
definitely
saying that
agree.
Sergio is not annoying at times and comes off very needy. And I seen a sneak peek where he is also going on the trip to Bali, the girls' trip, which I'm like, dude, just give her some space.
Who
But
brought a gift? You saw, I think it was Sarah. I didn't mean to cut you, but Sarah brought the gift
Sarah,
with the pillows, I think. When it
yes,
says honey is at
no,
home, or
no,
it wasn't
was it?
Sarah.
No, I think it's Taline.
It was Celine, definitely. Yeah, it was
Yes,
Celine.
that needed
And
beggar.
then they did the
She brought
flashback
the
where, right.
she
I saw
brought the
that as a, like, damn, girl.
trying the most, and this is why I said I
She really
cannot
latched
rock with her.
herself. She's like,
Exactly,
a leash.
exactly.
She
This is why I
was
said I
on Brooks
cannot
and then
rock with her.
immediately unlatched herself from Brooks and went straight to
Right.
Stanberry. And
And then she
I
was at
couldn't get that
Ian's
switch up
event
so
and
quick.
making it seem like, oh, she got an apology, whatever the case. I know she may be, but still you're going into the event because you found out that she called you a beggar or she's saying that
Mm-hmm.
she apologized or whatever. But still, the fact that she's doing the most when it comes on towards Stanberry and you know that Brooks really don't fuck with her, I think she's
Mm-hmm.
secretly, not really secretly, she's actually intentionally doing this
Intentionally.
to
That's my
piss
crazy to
off
me.
Brooks. And you guys are friends for 10 years. And I saw where she did an interview recently where someone was saying that they were supposed to be interviewing Brooks the following week. And they were asking her, like, hey, what's one question would you like us to maybe ask Brooks? And one of her questions was if she ever think that she and like Talene was saying that to ask Brooks that if she ever thinks that she and Talene will ever get back
Mm-hmm.
like and I'm like, why are you still in your head trying to force a friendship or trying to say whatever the case might be, and then you are at the same time latching so heavily towards
Mm-hmm.
Stanbury that Brooks and
Stanberry,
Stanbury
right?
are each other.
And like the vibe that I feel like Stanberry is giving is just saying I'm being friend with you because you're probably just pushing yourself on me,
Mm-hmm.
and you were my somewhat enemy's friend, and so I don't mind
Yeah.
doing it just to get back at Brooks. But I don't feel like to Stanberry she's a friend with Talene. I don't see
No,
that.
she's clearly, it's just clear to
I
piss
don't see
Brooks off.
that.
Like, I don't see where
Yeah.
she really cares for Taline. But we got the last scene where we found out that Taline says that allegedly Brooks borrowed her wardrobe for season one.
Yeah, I heard when she said that.
I don't think they're the
It's
same
kind of hard
size
to
to be borrowing
believe.
her wardrobe.
Yeah,
They clearly have
yeah.
different style in dressing, so I don't see how the wardrobe
And
thing
I
comes into
believe
play.
Brooks is that girl. Aside
Mm,
from Ion doing her most with them gowns, uh,
exactly.
Brooks
But I don't
is
know.
Brooks is that girl.
Yeah, she is clearly a mess right now. When I think about Taline, um, she's a good addition still. I love the face off between Brooks
Mm-hmm.
and Taline, and I heard it's going to get more intense, especially that ballet trip is going to be more intense and everything. So I know it's going to be very, get a bit more chaotic. And
Mm-hmm.
actually, as I said, for me so far, this was like the best episode for the
It
season.
was. It was.
We will see what the trip in Bali comes with. Was there anything else you wanted to share in regards to the episode?
Basically that was the highlights.
Okay.
Basically that was it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So let me know, guys, in the comment section what were your thoughts on the episode. I see that persons are not still watching Dubai. I don't know why. If
Yeah,
it's the day that
like
it comes on, it's not much marketing or promo regarding the show, but let's see. To me, I'm enjoying it. Remember, guys, to comment in the comment section below, and remember to subscribe to the channel and catch us as also we'll recap Basketball Wives. Bye,
yeah.
y'all.
Bye.